Sorry for the things I've done. Oh, shit. Squeak, 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 squeak. Good morning. How are y'all today? Ooh, I am really not matching today. Holy crap, I didn't even know what shirt I had on. And then I just saw my shorts. Y'all, I just pick. I don't care. So don't mind my mismatching. I don't really care. Hey, good to see you back on. I've been on, Adam. Where you been? I haven't left. No, I haven't. Hey, Chach. Hey, Tris. Good morning, Janet. Good morning to my friends. Hello, Paul. What is up? How's everybody doing this morning? It is Wednesday, right? Wednesday. 2 more days. 2 more days and I will be with my family. I will be getting my hugs. I will be getting my love. I knew it, Adam, because I've been here and you haven't. So there you have it. Hello, sorry. I was in Vale. Ball. Oh, thanks, Valerie. It's better than what Dan had on that one day. I don't know. You haven't seen the shorts yet. No. Pink. Different shade. It's almost making my pink shorts look orange. The love of your life. Oh, Joe. Come on. Thanks, Kim. The snip of my cervix and my endometrial lining is happening today. That's right. Snip, snip. Ouch, ouch. Oh, what a pain it's going to be. I'm trying to, be prepared for the pain that I'm going to be receiving. They're taking a knife, a scalpel, shoving it up there in the cooter and cutting away. Yes. Lucky me. Yeah. Anywho, that's okay. That's what we women have to go through. Men, it's like sticking a swab up your urethra and your penis. It's not fun. Now, don't lie. I know many of you have done it because you had STDs because you weren't watching where you were sticking it and or covering it up. So, yeah. Yeah, so, in 3 weeks, yeah, I'm only staying Goodman for a quick weekend. It's like a blink of an eye. I'll be there and I'll be back. Look, I still say gummy up. Gummy up from a nurse, she said. Take yourself a gummy, let them slip away and let those legs stay open. No. I have to drive. Dan's not home. So, Dan has to go to he has a court appearance in Palo Alto today. So, yesterday I was outside trimming my bushes, hedges, trees, whatever you want to call it. Taking my frustrations out on my poor bushes and hedges. Yeah, they ain't looking so hot right now, but sure, that was a good little trim I gave them. Anywho, so Dan was like, I'm going to be gone for most of the day tomorrow. And I said, well, I got your procedure. What procedure? What? What procedure? My endometrial fucking snip and cut up procedure. Remember that? Testing to see why I have problems? Well, we got a problem. I need you to watch my dad. Oh. So, let me get this straight. You want me to postpone my procedure? All these troubles and why we aren't having sexy time? Because I'm uncomfortable. So you want me to postpone that I don't think so. I don't think so. So he figured it out. Called Mark. Yeah. Hey, Jenny. What's up? Well, I'm getting my cooter opened up and snipped today to make sure that your friend's not dying of any weird diseases or cancer or anything. It's the same thing. Yeah. More important. Well, he does. I mean, Dan has a court case, so he had to go. But the problem is, just don't ask me to do that. No, I'm not putting my health on hold. So, yeah. Yeah, it's not fun. I'll be squirting, but not from pleasure. I'll be squirting from pain, Jenny Tran. I'll be squirting from blood, Jenny Tran. And I will be miserable. So it's not a fun one. Oh, Sam, aka Virginia, will check me out. I will. It'll be fine. Oh yay, congrats, Jenny. Congrats. Jenny got into med school. Med school? Why the fuck is she going to med school at our age? I don't know. Are you my age? Or are you younger than me? Anywho, I couldn't imagine going back to school at 50. Nope. Wouldn't do it. But hey, good for you. I always look up to the women and the men who decide that they want to go to school in their older years. Come on, this is golden years, right? Well, they say. I haven't found anything golden about this phase of my life yet at all. But maybe it's coming at some point. I don't know. Anywho, got her RN at 50. It's so crazy to me. It's so crazy to me. You're 51 and bored. Girl, you must be bored. I'm bored. I think I'll go to medical school. What? Nope. Not gonna happen. She just finished her PhD at 54. Well, it's a PhD. So that I get, furthering her education, but she already had it. And yeah, Kim's like, I'm 62 in 2 weeks and I just want to retire. No shit, girl. Me too. Me too. That is random. I'm bored. 51, bored. The kids are getting older. I finally found a new boy toy potential, husband that makes me squirt. And hey, let me go to medical school. I would never think that way. I hated school. I couldn't wait to get done with it. If I go back to school, it's med school or nurse practitioner. It's a dream. Fuck, y'all. I couldn't even wrap my head around the lingo. When I'm in the doctor's office, I'm 51 and just want to sit on the couch. Girl, me too. I'm a hip senior. I have some 6-year-olds that's in med school with me. They're bald. They're bald. What do you have something against bald people, Drake? Just because you're young and have a head full of fucking hair? Nah, we're judgy eyes on the bald people. This Drake's a tricky one over here. The one who drinks White Claw. Now he's critiquing you 6-year-olds that are bald. Just saying. Watch yourself. Where's Cha-Cha? Watch Drake. He's already starting a ruckus. No, but different ones are. Oh, you're in the ER? Well, good morning. Is it? Yeah, Drake. Drake's starting shit again. I Googled your web store and it was another web page selling women's clothing. Oh. Yeah. Well, you can't get into my, well then you're gonna be bald. So you better stop talking smack about the bald men, Drake. You're gonna be there too. Runs on the dad's side. And if you didn't know, you better massage that head of yours. You better talk to it. You better manipulate the hair follicles and give them magical serums to keep those golden locks. Or dark locks, whatever you got. The only good thing is at least you can keep your mustache. What? Why? You lose the hair on your head, but not your stash. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yes, the man in a White Claw. Who's young and was just picking on bald men. maybe bald women. I'm half bald, Drake. I'm a little sensitive, all right? Watch the bald talk. For fuck's sake. Anywho, remember, you've been here, Drake. You're almost here every day. For fuck's sake. I'm in perimenopause. I fucking have hair loss. I'm surprised I ain't bald like those people you go to school with. One day I may be. Are you gonna talk shit about me? I'm watching you. Judgy eyes. We don't. Drake is. He likes to stir the pot occasionally. Don't make fun of your mom. Do you realize what you do now is gonna come back fucking fivefolds? You better watch yourself. Hi, Christy. Rowdy. Good morning, I'm in the ER. So, I don't understand how that's good. Are you in there? And what the fuck? That's all I want to ask. What the WTF? Bald is beautiful, Drake. Leave your mama alone. It's an insecurity for us women who are feminine. It's not a fun thing to make fun of. Shame on you. You pulled the muscle. Well, what the hell? Why are periods worse than ever? Because we suck. Sure, it's because we are breaking down. Our organs, our uterus, our fallopian tubes, our ovaries are shriveling up. So they're on, it's like Mother Nature's pissed off. Our body's pissed off at us that we're getting old. So it has to make us miserable. That's why. Anyhow. Ready, you shouldn't have even gone there. You pull the fucking muscle. They can't do anything for that. Shit. Rest. Why waste your time in the ER? And the fallout has lessened. Girl, you're weird with that shit. It's not the case. It's just because you can't see it. Because your hair's smaller. Look at Drake. Toughen up, ladies. Shit. This guy. I'm really feeling something from using the vibration plate thing. There's really something to it. I told y'all. Right? I told y'all there is something to it. Some of you want to believe me, some of you don't, and that's okay. But what I do have to tell you is I haven't pooped this morning. And that's really the topic of conversation because I feel it in the colon. Not sure, just very harsh pain. Ugh. Girl, you should have waited for me. I would have told you. Stay home, Advil, rest, water, sleep. There you have it. That'll be $565 for an ER visit. You have pooped. I have not pooped. So I'm feeling a little poopy. Yeah. So now that I've ran a mile, my shit has descended and it's knocking on the door. Yep. So I may have to run really quick and drop it off. But I don't wait. I mean, I wait till it's ready anyway. Everybody's like, you just pooped? Yeah. I wait till it's knocking. I wait till it's whistling at me. Girl, you better get there. No, I don't want to see. You're welcome. I don't know. I wait until it's there. I don't have time to sit on the toilet. You know, sometimes people sit there. They like to read. They like to catch up on text, right? They do shit, and I'm like, I don't got time to take a shit. I can't sit and relax. Plus, my legs go numb, right? My feet start tingling. You know what I mean? Anyhow, let me tell you about my night, but hold on. I need to make a quick trip. Just hold on to that. Be right back. I'll be back in a jiffy. In a poopy jiffy. Ugh. I don't think I'm done, but you guys are on. I don't have time to sit there and matriculate and folliculate on it, so whatever. See, easy peasy lemon squeezy, you know. So yeah, I wait until the turtle shows its head, you know. Well, not really, because then you get a skid mark. So you just have to wait until, you know, you feel it getting ready to show the head, and then you evacuate the seat and you go. Anywho, you go poo poo. Is there anything that Ed remembers daily about his past? Me. Huh. Me. I told you I wash my hands too. Just so you know, I don't wash my hands when I pee pee, but I wash my hands when I poo poo. Yeah. Yeah, me, Elliot. Elliot asked, are the things Ed remembers daily about his past? Me. I mean, it was consistently me. Funny, because I never even associated that with that. We have wigs. You have toupees. Have you followed the guy, Scott Henry? He gets the ones glued on. They look pretty good, Drake. Tell your dad about it. So anywho, me. Yeah, me. Hi, Deb. 2:15, my time. Yeah, so right about the time you're going on your live, I'll be spread eagle in pain. Hi, Twyla. And I'm pissed because I'd rather have it earlier in the day, right? Than have to have the anxiety of it all day, you know? It sucks, but it is what it is. And then another thing, I'm gonna tell you, for you, anybody who has the same tendencies with anorexia, body dysmorphia, and fucking craziness, it stresses me out that I have to step on a scale at 2:15. At 2:15. Am I getting asleep? No. I'm just spreading my legs. They're going in, they're opening me up, and they're taking my follicles. They're taking my skin. They're just snipping away. No. So hello from Budapest. God, Kim, you're just a traveling one. It'll be fine. It's fast and painful, but I'll survive. What was I saying before that? Biopsy, Twilight. Oh, yes. You can decline weighing in. I hate it. You guys, it stresses me out. And I'm so weird, right? That like, I won't typically take an appointment that's not in the morning time, right? I typically will not take an appointment because that way I don't have to eat in the morning, because I typically don't. But at 2:15, can I go that long without eating just because my mind is fucked up? And I haven't stepped on a scale in forever, and I don't want to see my numbers. Now, today will be 13 days of really watching what I eat, no drinking. So I'm kind of curious, but I never stepped on it to see where I was in the beginning, because then it gives me a huge, another situation I have to deal with. So I don't do it. So I'm gonna be like this, don't tell me. Because I wanna know, but I don't wanna know. And then I beat myself up. And then, well, fuck. You know, fuck. So I'm gonna aim high, so that way if it's lower, I'll be surprised. I know, it's so stupid, but that's how I've been my whole life, since I've had this anorexia. It affects so much that people don't realize. It affects weigh-ins at doctor's office, right? Yeah, I won't either. I mean, I have one, but it's upstairs. I don't use it. So it becomes obsessive. Like, things get obsessive for me with the weight thing. So I don't do it because, I don't know, fuck the doctor's office scale. So you all, I could not get away from an afternoon appointment. So, whatever, I had to take it. I tell him not to tell me. I do too, but then I'm like, don't tell me. And I cover my eyes, but because I'm kind of curious, but I know how it fucks me up. So, it's Sunny Cat. This is what I do. Don't tell me. Because I'm just that type too, that I kind of want to see it, but I don't. I can't win. The only way I can win is in a morning appointment, because you know I'm gonna eat something before 2:15, so that adds, you know, and it stresses me out. Stand backwards. No, because then I start doing this in the chart. How bad is it? Well, you told me not to tell you. I know, but I'm a glutton for punishment. Y'all should know that by now. I always got to do everything the hard way. I always got to stress about everything. I got to do everything. Fucking pisses me off. No, the waiting too, but they didn't have. I know. Shit, I have problems. Y'all, I share openly with my problems. I'm no shame in my game. It's pitiful. It's pitiful. But I share because I know some of you bitches are the same way. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous that we are. Now, we all know we gain weight because our clothes don't fit. So why are we allowing the scale and the number to fuck up our day? And I didn't put the knob over, so now I have to lose more weight. I weigh naked too. And now, they don't. I also plan my outfit for the weigh-in. I also plan my outfit because they don't let you take off the shoes anymore, right? Well, in California, Lisa, they are crazy. In California, they don't let you take off your shoes anymore. So as long as I could take my shoes off, I felt better. So even in the wintertime, if I have to weigh myself, I go in flip-flops. I feel which ones are the lightest. It's absolutely preposterous, right? I want to weigh myself naked after my poop and after a good urine, right? Nope. So I will be going in a tank top today. I will be going in shorts and flip-flops. Now, I will carry my sweatshirt to put on after the weigh-in. Because, you know, I can't remove shoes anymore. No, I'm like, can I just, please, just don't tell anybody. Nope, I don't want to do it. No, Tammy, and that's why I share my struggles. Because I'm normalizing the bullshit that goes on in our heads. We can't. I can't. Kaiser won't let me take off my it says on the thing, do not take off shoes. Well, then that's not a fucking accurate description. It's not an accurate weight. If I can't strip naked right here in the hallway and remove my shoes, you better detract 4 pounds. And then more, because I've eaten, because I couldn't get an earlier appointment. I've had water, I've had coffee, I've had fucking food. Ugh. Shit. Fucked me up. It'll fuck me up for the rest of the day. I don't know, Margaret, because it's unsanitary. Thanks, Deb. Let's all guess tomorrow. And whoever's closest wins a piece of merch. That's so funny. My merch isn't available yet. Almost. We're almost there. Yeah. I might not eat. And I woke up, of course, starving this morning. So, fuck, more stress. I'm worried about the number more than I'm worried about my biopsy. You know what I mean? That's fucking me up. The weigh-in. And then once I get through that, then once I spread my legs, I'll be worried about the other. The people with fungus, probably. I remember that had anorexia. I dealt with all the same thoughts as you. I'll go to doctors with her to try to help. Yeah, it sucks, Brady. But I did it to myself. No, the Kim, I've always had that issue with weight. I mean, that's the thing is things don't go away, right? Just like if you're a drug addict, if you're a alcoholic, those things are always there for the potential to go back to those ways, right? Weight has always been there since I was 14, right? Actually, it's normal. I mean, I live with it every day. It's normal in my life. It impedes and invades my brain. So I feel it. For me, the weight thing, stepping on the scale has always been an uncomfortable thing. You know, it's stupid. I shouldn't worry about it, but I still do because it's part of the disease that's still there. I'm not cured from the disease, nor do I ever claim to be. So, it is what it is. I do believe my shoes. Yeah, sometimes, depending on the number, I believe they weigh 10 pounds, Pam. Can I go pee-pee? And then can we re-weigh myself? Because that doesn't seem right. Cheryl, yes, I do and I don't. Yeah, I do. I feel horrible for anyone that struggled with that kind of battle. It's a tough battle, right? It's a tough battle because, like anybody, it's still, you know, this is how my brain is, right? It's all or nothing. It's kind of like even almost like I'm gonna tell you something else I'm struggling with. And well, I've been on a scale because I've had doctor's appointments and stuff. Because I got foot fungus. Probably. Anyhow. But like another issue, like today, I think it's either 12 or 13 days. Today will be 13 days that I haven't drank. And this is where it goes with my obsessive compulsive issues, right? So I made it so far now that it's like, okay, you know, and this wasn't in any way something to stop drinking or, you know, it just became because I was in so much pain with my shoulder and my nerve pain, and it just became 3 days, and I thought, well, let me see if I can lose some extra pounds, right, before my trip, because I was heavier than I wanted to be, and so it became this competition with myself to not have wine, because we all know it's caloric and sugar, and menopausal bodies don't do well with that anymore. So it became now this thing, and I'm like, okay, now I've gone 13 days. Do I want to blow it this weekend when I'm with my family? And this is the thing. It's like, girl, this isn't a blow. It's not like you're removing alcohol from your system. You thought, let's do this. Let's try to see how much weight effect it has on you. And just try to simmer down, right? And do it once in a while, not every day. Now that I found gummies, you know. And so now, hi Robbie, I'm starting to get stressed out about my trip. Why? It's not like I can't drink, right? But because there's no middle ground for me, you know? And this is how I became anorexic. Because same thing, right? So it's like I was telling myself, I didn't sleep last night. So Dan's mom called at 12:30 a.m. last night. She was having some issues. So Dan had to call Mark and have Mark go over there and help her. And so after that, I was just tossing and turning. Then I got up. Then I got up again. And then I left, right? I just was, after about 45 minutes in bed, it was a little after 1. I was like, shit, I can't sleep. And I'm getting pissed off, right? So I go out and I started, you know, doing my videos, and I'm afraid. I think I can get some. My family, they do gummies, because I asked. I was like, can you give me some gummies? I'll pay you back. My aunt's like, We all do that. You'll be fine. Okay, great. So, but I was stressing out. I was like, what am I gonna do this weekend? And I was like, girl, you're gonna have some wine. You're going to have fun. If you want it, drink it, right? Drink it. Stop making this something that it's not. Stop being so hard on yourself. Because I feel like I'm a failure if I drink. That's my brain. That's my crazy brain, right? That's the obsessive compulsive side of me, is not having a middle balance, right? And it's so stupid. So I'm sitting here on my couch having this inner fight with myself. It's ridiculous, right? I know, it's stupid. It's stupid. Yeah, we've already proved that we can go 9 months. I wasn't a drinker back then. I was like, really, back then I was more of a weekend drinker. I wouldn't drink during the week. Do you feel better not drinking? No, Carol, because here's the thing. I wasn't drinking a bottle of wine a night, you know? I wasn't drinking that. I was drinking 2 glasses of wine. Some nights, you know, it would be a bottle, you know, but I would start early, depending on the stress. And those days I felt murky, you know, the next day. Because perimenopausal women don't do well metabolizing alcohol. But no, I don't. You know, I was talking to my brother. Coincidentally, he has also cut back, right? He has also cut back because he was drinking. He was just in a habit of drinking, you know, after work and then when he got home, and it was horrible. And so I told you we should be twins because we're always on the same pattern. And I was like, and he's like, not me, I'm going away this weekend and I know I'm drinking and I'm not gonna beat myself up about it. I was like, but I do. I want a beer and a gummy. Never had one. So I'm trying to work through that on my own, and I'm sure I'm gonna have alcohol, and then I'm sure I'm gonna be abusive to myself because that's my storyline. That's my narrative. That's what I do to myself. And then I'll get down that I wasn't strong enough and that I'm weak and feel guilty, and then I'll start maybe again, or I will continue to start drinking again. I don't know. But I struggle with those things. And I'm being honest because I think that has to do with my anorexia a little bit, because same thing, it's a control thing, right? So once again, I share it because a lot of you go through the same thing. Life would be so less complicated if I didn't put those restrictions on myself, you know? So I don't know. Yeah, so I was up till 3 o'clock. Don't drink, you know? So part of me was like, if you don't want to drink, don't drink, you know? And then the other side of me was like, well, I'm kind of looking forward to drink. Then the other side was like, well, drink. And I was like, I know, but I feel guilty because by then I'll have made it 15 days. Well, then don't drink. I know, but a glass of wine sounds so good. Or 2 or 3. Okay, well, then have a couple drinks. I know, but 15 days. 15 days. Bitch, look. This wasn't a competition for you. You did it because you were like, oh, this would be nice to kind of give some time for the gateway of the gummies. And before the, you know, the Beth starts, take the B and put the M. Just kidding. And so now I'm feeling guilty. But here's the thing. My team completed the first stage of the team quest. Thanks, Deb. Never had that before. So it's this inner fight that I have with myself. Now, I can rationalize it and know that's completely stupid, right? My aunt's like Sunday brunch, mimosas, and Bloody Marys. 2 days of drinking? What am I gonna do? Bitch, you're gonna drink and enjoy yourself. You're with your family. You're gonna have fun. Shut the fuck up. That's stupid shit. That burdens me, right? It's stupid. 2 days of having drinks is not gonna irritate me or fuck up my system or my plan. I don't even know what my plan is. Can somebody tell me? I go in these weird things and I put these weird things on me, you know? And do I feel better? I don't really necessarily feel better. But what I will say is this. I'm still not sleeping, right? Whether I'm drinking or not. I haven't had heart palpitations, so that's a positive. You know, but like my brother said, it was weird. When he used this word, he said, I feel more balanced. And I was like, oh my God, right? Maybe that's what it is. I don't really feel physically anything different, right? But when he used the word balanced, I thought to myself, I kind of do feel a little bit balanced, whatever that means. Go to an AA meeting. For what? For what? I don't need an AA meeting. I'm not an alcoholic, right? I don't need that type. It's restrictions I put on myself. But I think AA meetings are good for other things, not just problems as addictions and stuff like that. But yeah, we are our worst enemies. And it just shows you what the OCD part of my anxiety is. And yes, I do take things for anxiety. So I said to myself, I will probably have some wine on the plane. No diggity, right? I am gonna enjoy my vacation. And this is where, you know, I wanted to get back to, right? Is not so, you know, habitual, right? I don't want to be habitual about it. And I think it took me probably the 6th day, the 7th day, the 8th day, I was like craving. I wanted wine. I wanted that. I missed the taste. Like I enjoy the flavor. And so, and I use it as a relaxer, right? But now I do something else to relax, which is better than I think the wine. But I'm not going to not drink, right? Because I enjoy it. But I think my thing is I want to be able just to not make it, you know, a nightly thing. But I do feel balanced. I feel more balanced. I feel more, I don't know. And I hate using the control thing because these issues are control based. And this is why I have my issues, is because now that I have finally, right, I'm not craving it anymore, you know, as much as I was. You know, it's like, God, do I want to start again? What if I just never drank again? And I was like, girl, you don't want to do that. That's not you. You enjoy it, you know? So, you should tell yourself you accomplished the plan. I did accomplish the plan. And that was my plan. And I even safeguarded it, Gamma Lady, by saying, oh, shut up, vodka. Fuck vodka. And that's what I should say, right? Exactly. Hey. And I was like, well, now let's see if I can make it a week. You know, if I can make it to Nashville, would be great. But I allowed myself that leeway. You know, and there's some good bottles I have that I've been wanting to open. And then when I made it to that point, right, I was like, all right, well, what's one more week, right? I know, Stormy. And that's what my plan is. I think if there's the right gummy, you know, there, I might do that and have, you know, a couple wines. And maybe I'll have a whole bottle, I don't know. But fuck, I'm gonna enjoy myself. So it is what it is. Hi, Marty. But you're right. It's the unhealthy part of my struggles, right? It's the unhealthy part of my struggles. So I share it with you because I know some of you have the same inflictions, and we are way too hard on ourselves. We want to eat the cake, we should eat it. If we want to have the alcohol, we should have it. You know, don't put restraints on yourself. Do within reason, but enjoy it, your time. And if I want to drink, drink. If I don't, I won't. Yes, Marty. Today is 13. Yes. Today is 13. I always say if I make it, but I'm gonna make it at this point. You know, doesn't mean I'll make it tomorrow at the airport or on the plane, but I don't know. I get excited, you know, when I'm on the plane, and lately I always have some wine or something, or two. Yes, because none of us are fucking getting out of here alive. Yeah, drink the drink, eat the gummy, even if it's Gateway. I know, but that's how hard I am on myself. So, choose the moment, and that's what I want to do. I want to choose my moments and pick and choose wisely and enjoy the moments that I decide I don't want, you know? It's just finding and accepting that balance. It's good that I'm not the only one who struggles. Nope, you're not. I will brush the teeth, and I will wash the cooter, especially after today, Lisa. Oh, also, girl, y'all plug your ears. This is just for Lisa Ramsey and us, me and her. Y'all don't pay attention. Lisa, I saw you voted, and I'm gonna go in and make sure I vote to bounce out your vote. And you know how that works. Girl, I got your vote, and I'm up in that one. Anywho, y'all can unplug your ears now. That was just between Lisa and I. Yep. See, we actually have different views on things, and we are wholly aware of the differences, and we make fun of the differences, and that's how we make fun. By respecting each other, but razzing each other at the same time. So she had posted a voted, and I know where she, I know how she voted, and she knows how I vote. So I always gotta razz my friend in Texas. You know how those Texans are. Anywho, just kidding. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Shit. Anywho, so I was gonna comment today on your post, but I was like, better not have my name attached to that. I'll say it in public. I don't want the black and white on the proof, you know. Anywho, so that's the thing. I'm really worried about this election too. So the woman, me. Oh, I know. I'm just talking about the majority. Most of my friends, all my friends in Texas, I know how they're voting, and that's okay. But we still love each other, you know. That's my point in all this. Is I can razz my friends, right? And they can razz me too. Oh shit, here she goes. So anywho, so if so, check out. My best friend works there. Oh, Marty, I'm not gonna even have time. You know what I was also, you should still love me, because we all are different. We all have different opinions, different reasons. Doesn't mean you're a bad person, you know? It just means y'all are flawed and I'm not. Like that? Like how? Anywho. And that's how we razz each other, right? That's how we razz each other. And most of us who razz, we have respect for one another. I can't do that with everybody, and I would not do that with everybody. And that's why I don't talk about things like that on here, because people today are very immature. People can't put aside politics. They want to make everything blue or red. And most of these people who are in my circle who vote opposite of me, we still share a lot of similarities, right? We may not share them all, but we all still are American. And we all still coincide with our thought process. It's just a couple things and reasons why, we do the things we do. But, most of us are more alike than anything. And that's what Lisa and I have talked about. And most every one of my friends who know how I vote, they know my stance. And it's that respect of listening and evaluating and understanding, right, why we are choosing one way or the other. And we can all talk about it. We can all just be like, no, I hear you, and I'm stuck doing it because I need this, right? Or I don't like the other shit, but, I'm whatever. And that's, I wish we could do, right? We can do more, but we can't. And so case in point, I watched this one woman, God, what's her name? I don't know. She just kind of popped in, and she really has quickly grown. But that's the thing. We should still vote, because even if you're torn, voting still is important. You got to look at the don't look at the person. Look at the sides, look at what you believe in. And that's how I determine to vote. So we shouldn't, and that causes so much strife. But what's her name? Malia. She's a heavier woman, and she comes on, and some of you probably follow her. And she has lost weight, and she kind of talks to people about it. She was just on a Disney cruise, and she was really just kind of showing the world, and she just got shit on too. And she was showing the world, like, vote. I don't care who you vote for. I'm just showing you the board. But what she did, sorry, somebody called. But what she did was she showed on her ballot, like she showed her ballot, right? Which was stupid. Come on, people. I mean, I'm smart enough to know you don't do that. And it showed who she was voting for. And it pissed people off. And so she did a thing, a video, and she said, I by no means meant to, there was nothing by it. I was just, I believe that too. People place their lives on the line to vote. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you have to look beyond the candidate, or both. You have to look at what's important to you with the economy and laws and shit like that. So, and like I said, I have been on both sides. I'm more of a moderate myself, have always been, and a lot of my friends are too, right? Everybody's picking on Mama Tot. They're picking on her. I don't think Mama Tot ever, and once you're in the line of fire, right? Once you're in that, shit, I ran 4 miles. Maybe I do feel better. Maybe it was the alcohol that was making me sluggish with my runs. Anywho, and here's the thing. When you are in the line of fire already and you're on social media, which you're in the direct line, and then you make a mistake, right? Right? I don't think she did anything bad. I think people are just trolls, and the political shit that people feel, and they want to know who you're voting for as to whether or not they should follow you or not, right? Thank you, Maria. And it's shitty, right? Because you should like somebody for what they show, for the caringness and all the shit that kindness and their hard work in the communities or whatever they do, not based on who they vote. So that was my point, is that with this one girl who showed like who she voted for, which I thought was stupid. Just show your voting, right? And she made a mistake and she lost a lot of followers. She said it's so sad in this society that we can't have differences of opinions and people hold it against us. They put us on the chopping block. Same thing, right, with Mama Tot. Somebody blew it all out of proportion, right? She said some things in frustration, right? We're human. We say things all the time. It started with, yes, it all started with her upsetness with the hurricane help in North Carolina, right? One of the Carolinas over there, because it was so like rare. And what's sad to me is that somebody took that, blew it up out of proportion. The more people read it, the more people are like, yes, put her on the cross and burn her, you know? And then you have this mass exodus of all these Republicans going on and bashing Mama Tot because in her defense, she said something stupid, right? Well, they make politics personal, right? Everybody, majority of people, I would say 85% of the country makes politics personal, because it's not a lot of people who can have, you know, conversations with the opposite spectrum, especially right now, because it's so much. But people understand my opinion. They respect it because they too respect how I feel, but there's just so much more to it. It's not necessarily the candidate, right? It's the whole side. So, but people make it. So she said something, you know, like after she got staked, and she came on to defend herself and said something stupid, right? Like, what did she say? She said something to the fact that, like, I'm a kind human. You know, I believe in kindness. I would never vote for Donald Trump or something like that, or him or something like that, she said, which was like, all right, now she's burning, right? And when I saw that, I was like, oh, girl, you know, so sometimes we go on as influence. She did. She lost followers from both sides. Yeah. And I think that's stupid, right? Because I see her as a woman. I see her as she's entitled to her own feelings. Yes, she has a platform. Yes, she's got a lot of followers. Yes, she makes a difference and people listen to her, but she's human, right? She makes mistakes. We have all said things that we didn't mean the way that they were perceived, you know, in trying to explain and trying to, you know, dig out from the cross that was placed upon her, you know, with the first thing. It's sad. It's a Freudian slip. I say it all the time. I do shit all the time that I slip, and it's so sad that people want to just fry you at the stake, you know, for being human. And sometimes I've said things and I'm like, ooh, probably not smart. Oopsie, I didn't mean anything by it. It's just normal. It happens. I don't judge based on that. I mean, I was thinking, girl, you done fucked up. But I wouldn't not follow her because she's human, right? She's human. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, right? I judge, you know, I get pissed off. I might talk behind people's backs, but mostly everything I say behind them, I have said to their face. I always make sure if I'm talking shit, this person has already heard it, right? Or they're about to hear it, or, you know, I'm not afraid for them to find out. I don't say anything out of my mouth that I ain't afraid of, right? And if I do, then I know I fucked up. But that's what I try to do. I make mistakes too. I get heated. I need people to vent to, you know? I need to talk about situations because I'm upset. Not because I'm trying to, you know, start shit, but because I need help trying to figure things out because I'm frustrated, you know? Country has changed. Yeah, country has changed, and it's really sad. But you can guarantee whatever I say behind your back, I've already said it to your face, or would say it to your face, or getting ready to. You know, I'm a snowballer. So things start snowballing with me, and then I start pulling away because I'm this close to give you a piece of my mind. Now, is that the way to deal with it? No. No. It's not the way to deal with it. But you know what? Sometimes that's the way I deal because I got a lot on my plate, and shame on people for putting me there. Shame on you for putting me in that situation. So that's the way I look at it. But yeah, I don't hide anymore from the things I say. I don't hide. Somebody comes in and says to me, and sometimes what I do, if I say it about someone, I write. You know, like sometimes I talk shit about my friend Deb in my little room, you know? And then guess what I do? I tell her, or I have already told her, this is what I say about you, just so you know. And half of it's teasing and half of it's irritation, but she knows. I keep it real, mostly. Because there are always people waiting in the lurches to change your story and to make you look like the bad person. Now, I am perfect, but I sure as hell am not the one stirring the pot, right? Yeah, I say it straight up. Well, I don't always say it straight up. I will avoid it as long as I can, just because I hate confrontation, and, right, and because of my situation, right? Being on social media, being, you know, part of life and friends outside of social media that I met through social media, it's difficult for me sometimes to balance it all, because there's relationships that I've had for 2 years, and when I feel slighted or when I see receipts of things that were said and done to people to bring them on their side or just to be ugly, eventually it all comes back to me. Yeah. And trust me, I don't always respond right away, but you know what I do? Sada. And I wait for the big thing, and sometimes once you piss me off enough, it's gone and over, and I explode. Not the way to handle it. Not the way to handle it, but it's the way I handle it. But I own it, right? I own it. I'm not in denial about my improper ways of handling shit, because I prioritize my day. And some of the side shit, it gets to be too much, and I hope it'll fix itself eventually. So, anywho, made fun of a handicapped reporter. I'm a handicapped woman. I didn't find it funny. Yeah, you know, and everybody has their breaking points, you know, even with candidates in politics. Politicians are human too, right? They play us. They play our sides. They play on us to get their trust, and so on and so forth. And then we get pissed when they've done so many sorts. But our country is fucked, and I'm not happy about it. We are fucked. But too many people are passive aggressive. And here's my thing. If you want to pull people in from the circle on the outside instead of saying it on the inside, it always gets back, people. Why do adults not learn this lesson? How do adults not understand that this is not worked since grade school? Everything always gets back to me because I have loyal friends who know people are being shasty. So fix your face, fix your shit, or get the fuck out. I'm done with victim mentalities. I'm done with people putting me in the middle of everything. I'm done with the bullshit and the disloyalty. Irritated. And admit when you fuck up. There will be people fighting to the end of time and hold no accountability for their actions. They always just want to put it back on you. Well, if you did this, if you did that, maybe I wouldn't be this way. Okay, that makes sense. You know, pay attention to your actions before you start critiquing other people. Own your actions before you start questioning the other person. And really think and reflect upon who's being the shiesty one here. Because it ain't me. I can tell you that. I'm just talking in general about friendships and more from politics and how people are so angry and how you can't talk to, you know, all this fucking irritation in the world, you know? There's more hatred, there's more visceral, you know? There's more visceral in this world because of where we are. There's more people hating. There's more people bullying because of how we are today. And so many people just refuse to look at themselves and reflect on their behavior, but are quick to point. Even in politics. Well, it's his fault. He's been responsible for the last, however many years. Oh, okay, so we're just totally discounting all the issues from before that, because you can't fix a world of hurt in 8 years, 4 years, you know. It takes time. It took time to get here. And everybody had its part. Both sides, Republican and Democrat. We all fucked up along the way. And nobody fixed the shit. They just argue on principles. Principles. They fight on the stage like two toddlers fighting over a toy. Come on, people. Scary. We have criminals running. Criminals. And everybody wants to point fingers at whose fault is what. I don't want to hear about faults. Me too, Beth. I don't want to hear about faults. I want to hear and I want solutions. I want fixins. I want whoever takes over to own their shit, just like a friend or a family member, admit your faults and stop fucking pointing fingers at other people and do the job. Plain and simple. Don't worry about what happened in the past. Focus on the future. You can't change the years, the times, 40, 50, 60, 75 years and further. You can't change. But you can try to fight for the future. And both parties should be equal in that fight. And we are so far apart. So far apart. It's concerning. And it makes me sad because we were never like this. Right? We were never like this. We were never like this. And we are just a mess because nobody fixes the problem. They just worry about what other people did. Nobody fixes anything. I want it fixed. I don't want to worry about what happened in the past. I know what happened in the past. I know under which president it happened and it continued to happen. I know because I pay attention. But stop. It's just like I tell my kids. Stop worrying about the mistakes I made. Focus on the future and what we can fix. I can't fix the shit and the mistakes I made. The only thing I can do is move forward. Move forward. Unity. Being American. We are not American. And those of you, some of you claim to be American are sure as hell not based on your comments and your ugliness. Because true Americans don't belittle. True Americans don't berate. True Americans don't point fingers. True Americans want the best for our country and each other. They don't have hate. They have hope. They have hope. And they're proud. We don't have that. We don't have that. We don't have that. The true Americans look for solutions. And I tell you what, and I'm going to say this and then we'll move on, but we had the most success when we had more moderates in the House. More moderates. We got shit done. When we're divided, they ain't coming together because everybody's about principles. Fuck principles. God damn it. Fuck principles. I don't want to argue principles. I want to argue and I want to focus on change and recuperation. Recuperation. Development. Get back to where we need to be. And that's why today I'm announcing my plan to run for the United States President. Ha ha ha. I forgot to put my chapstick on. And that's why today you may write me in because I have stormed the White House and I have told them there is a force to be reckoned with. Donald Trump, Kamala, move out because you got Danielle Rachel Behar Salinger. No, I'm gonna get rid of Dan because he's just a detriment to my podium. My podium is my podium, and I am not sharing my podium with Dan. And he likes to take over the podium, and I won't put up with that fucking shit. So we're gonna have to keep Dan locked up in the underground tunnels. Maybe he'll find his way to Diddy's house. I don't know. Do you think? Do you think the underground White House tunnels meet up somewhere and connect with Diddy's? I don't know. It's part of my thinking process. It's part of my thinking process when I can't sleep. Do you think all the tunnels run in together and they converge like Playboy Bunny House Ranch, with Diddy's house, with Jay-Z's house, all the way across the country into the White House? Because I think that. I think that way. I would be at the podium. Yeah, I'd be flopping his face in behind you. I'd be like, how did he get out? I do not want the first man to stand by my side. Nope. He needs to go down there, sit down, and honey, you need to know your place. This is my podium. Yeah. Do they all interconnect? And that's the thing. I am always thinking. I tell you, my mind is weird. We're weird. And I mean, sometimes like I'll be talking to people too, and I'm like, God, I wonder what they're like when they have sex. Random. Like, why do I think that way? Ooh, I wonder what he looks like naked. Is that normal? Don't tell me. I know. I'm telling you, it's tough today. It's tough in this world to survive. It's tough. And everything's expensive. You got things broken, you got cars, you got houses, and everything. Now I understand why people, put tarps on their roofs and just leave it for years. All of a sudden I was like, why can't they fix their roof? Well, no shit, dumbass. It's because they can't afford it. I saw that Hulu dropped Kardashians because of involvement. Shut up, really? Yeah, okay, so y'all, okay, I'm feeling better because I was really nervous to tell you all that. I really wasn't nervous, but, I do other people think the way I think? Do other people, like sometimes I'm just talking to them and I have a complete brain fart and I see a couple and like I'm talking to them and all of a sudden I'm like, God, I wonder, does it? You dirty dog, Danielle. Why do you think like that? I don't. Sometimes I'm like, ooh. And people have told me before and it makes me laugh. They're like, well, just because you said that, I'm going to tell you, you and your husband don't look like you belong either. I'm thinking Beauty and the Beasts, right? I'm like, oh, so you envision that too? All right. Solidarity bump. Now, let me tell you, Linda, a dirty bird is right? We all have a little dirtiness in us. I just got you a image. See, I almost wish I had. Yeah, all the time. Like, and I'm going to use you as an example, Lisa, because I know you won't mind. But, hi, friend. Well, we're talking sex. And don't think I didn't think about you either with your husband. Anyhow, I'm just saying. Just shit that pops up in my head. Like, how does that work? And Lisa, I have to tell you that just because she's on, and I'm just using her as an example, I always go, Anywho, is that OCD or squirrel? I don't know. Anywho, but we were in Vegas some years back together, and it was one of the first times I ever met her. Yeah, very intrusive thoughts. But let me get back to Diddy too. But just and her and her husband hadn't been away in years, right? And they were they were so excited about, having alone time. This is back at a moment she liked him. Because, we go back and forth with our husbands all the time and we leave each other messages. We don't really talk, but we leave each other messages because, I'm juggling so much and she's juggling. And anyway, she'd be like, how's your fucker? My fucker's a piece of fucker. He's a fucking shitball. He can go to fucker and they can leave together. Anywho. And so she had talked about them like banging, like animals, and I was just giggling because when you were saying that, the visual crept up in my mind and I was like, Lord have mercy on my soul. I had this envision of Jeff being like a jackrabbit, kind of like,
I get tattled on, so I got to watch how I say things, but like a jackrabbit and, you know, really quick movements. And I'm thinking in my head, Jeff, slow down, honey. It's fine. There's no race to be won unless your arms are hurting. Then I guess you got to get to the finish line. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. You're welcome. I don't know. And she, you know, the men, they're like, I'm fucking spasming. I got a chest cramp. We gotta rush. No, slow is always better, men. We don't need the jackhammer. Nobody wants that. I mean, maybe some of you want it, but I like slow and steady, right? Slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race, right? When y'all start getting like too excited, salivating and shit, and are like trying to chase the finish line, some of us are like, oh, fuck. And I'm not one of those that keeps talking. Like, I hate to talk. Oh, you don't like it slow? I mean, sometimes I like it fast, you know, just because I'm on a time crunch. But I don't, you know, when you involuntarily make noises because of the speed at which somebody is jackhammering, that's weird. Like, I don't want to have to force out, I don't want to have to just spontaneous make noises. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to, like, what the hell? I can't even keep quiet because the velocity at which it's impact in myself. No. You know, I want to make my own noises because it feels good, not because I'm being forced because of the fucking aggressiveness at which we are taking this today. And some men think quicker the better. I don't know. Throw any still jackhammers. Now, Dan can't move that fast anyway. So sometimes I wish he was able to jackhammer. He's a little slow. But I'm just saying, when it sounds like a workout, yeah, no. Hell no. That's what I say. Can I get a hell no? Anyhow, you know, and I think as we age, no, I'm serious. Dan can't move that fast. He's very slow and methodical. Sometimes I wish he was a jackhammer. It's like, just Jesus, let me get this over with. It's way too. Are you done yet? Not yet. Shit, I got an appointment I gotta get to. This is taking way too long. What do you do when one farts accidentally? I have never, I have. You know, I'm gonna tell you this. I farted one time during sex because I couldn't keep it in. Get her done. I farted one time and it surprised the shit out of me, right? Because sometimes, you know, you're clenching, right? And then you just have already lost focus. I need to focus, you know, I need eyes on the prize, right? Because it just doesn't come naturally for me. Get it? Anyhow, I have to focus and I gotta see it, I gotta feel it, and I gotta be like, oh yeah, baby, there it is. And then the minute something like comes into view, or a thought, an errant thought, or I hear a sound, or a cat or dog jump, you know, then I'm over it and it's never gonna get back. But one time I was close, right? And I was squeezing. I had to fart. Now I'm very gassy, so it happens. And then it came out. And it was the weirdest fucking feeling. And I finished the prize. The prize was there because of I don't know, the velocity at which it came out one end and the pressure it was putting on the other end, and the almost there and lost it, and it was still stimulated, and then boom, together. I was like, well, do I just need to start farting now when I have sex? Does that get me to the end quicker? Like, does it get me to the end? Yeah, I farted. And I had no. Now, he didn't know I farted because it was silent and my ass is in the bed. And I was so embarrassed I didn't even say anything. I did not say anything because I was like, he's like, he did say, he's all, did you? All mystified and shit. And I was like, yeah, I did. But I didn't tell him why. Because Dan hates farting. If he knows I have pooped, if he knows I have farted, he is disgusted with me. Disgusted. So anyway, yes, I farted and had an O. I farted one time and had an O. So girl, you keep going because you never know what that fart's going to do. I also have figured out too that when your bladder has dropped, right, and the pressure and the fullness of the bladder sometimes also helps maybe locate the spot, because all of our spots are not, and this is what I hate about anatomy books, right? We all have the same anatomy, but some of our shit's all cockeyed and crap, we're not in the, yeah, ooh, that smell. Yeah, apparently now, every time I have an O, I pass gas. No, but I don't think it smelled. Yes, the spot, like the G-Wagon, my G-Wagon may not be in the same spot as your G-Wagon, right? Sometimes it may be up and over, or it's to the side a little bit, or it's hanging low, or it's really deep inside, and sometimes our men just can't get to that part because of size, Now, and that's why I hate, people say, well, you just got to hit the G-spot. It's in and up, right? In and up. Fucking in and up. Nothing's ever in the place it should be. In and up. In and up? Shit. If everything was in and up and in there, I wouldn't be falling apart. No, it's not in and up. It should be, but it's not. It's changed directions. It has changed directions, people. And y'all women know what I'm talking about. Because, we're manipulating, we get pillows and shit. Maybe we'll lift a leg up. Look at this. Talk about core. And we're like, getting a position. And then we're like, oh, yeah, there it is. Don't move. And then, he moves because he's got a cramp or something. And then you can't find it. It's like a treasure hunt. Books lie. Books are black and white only. Just like the book of Alzheimer's and dementia, right? You can read something and it's not the Holy Grail, just like your G-Wagon. No, your old G-Wagons are in different spots. Sometimes they're further back, right? To the rear, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left. Now slide with it. I don't know. Anywho, I didn't want to start this again. Y'all, aging in the female body is very difficult. Men have it easy, right? Men have it easy. Everything stays the same for them. I mean, they might drop testosterone. Ooh, big deal. And that might get a little less sexual. We're all waiting for that, right? We're all waiting for that. But, what did Slicky say? Did you see what I said at once? My husband pushed my legs all the way back and I farted with such velocity I blew him up. Now that should have been videoed. That should have been videoed. But yeah, no. And, Dan's like, the things he says, and I'm like, bro, you wouldn't even last the 2 seconds of a delivery. Number two, I was like, I'm nervous. He's like, why? I said, for my procedure. Oh, you did? Congrats, Lindsay. And he's like, why? It'll be easy. You're fine. And walked away. And then he comes back and he says, I can tell you what, it's not going to hurt any more than the lipoma they took off my head. Bruh. Your lipoma was here. They literally lidocained you up, slit you open, removed it, and that was it. They have to spread me open me wide, put devices in to get to the location they're getting into to open me further up, and then they're taking a fucking scalpel or a snippy snip, cutting me up. You had lidocaine. I ain't getting anything shot in my vagina. Yeah, the Vienna sausage never finds the spot. Everything. Well, nothing compares to what I had done. That lipoma hurt. I would take a lipoma retrieval any day of the week over my fucking endometrial biopsy. There you have it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to take Tylenol like an hour before I go. And Oh shit, I can't talk to you, Mark, right now. What benefits have you seen from the shaker machine? My vagina, my bladder, my core. Is he salty over the lipoma? Yeah, he's still salty over it. Biopsies hurt. Yes. And women, we get so, and of course last night at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm scrolling through, right, TikTok, because I can't sleep. So I'm scrolling through TikTok and I see this woman, and I told you about her before. She came on and she, after her procedure, right, she sat in her car and she said, "Oh my God. Why does nobody ever..." Oh, I wouldn't care. Everybody's telling me to take a gummy, but I have to drive. So, anywho, and she was like, "That was hell." And why do women get so fucked when it comes to like, having procedural stuff done, and nobody gives a shit about how it feels for us, like IUDs. There should be probably, because Dan told them to be here at 10. I don't need him here at 10. My procedure's at 2:15. I'm going alone. Yeah. A gummy will make it worse. What if I got stimulated? I thought about that too. I was like, what if, has anybody got stimulated from biopsy? It happens. Weird things happen. Like, I do not want to be that person, who all of a sudden has an O on the table as I'm getting a biopsy. First case scenario. Like, oh, what was that? Nothing. It's pleasure. It's I think I remembered having a piece of my cervix removed once because I was positive for HPV, and so there was a couple areas that they wanted to test. But I have a female doctor too, and I just realized I'm not even with my doctor. I'm on somebody else. She must have switched over, and I've got a fucking OB that's never seen my vagina before. Bye, Lindsay, congrats. I am really nervous. You guys, I don't just like to spread my legs for anybody. Fucking another weird shit I have. My doctor has seen my vagina for a long time. I don't want to share my vagina with a new OB. Judgy. Maybe they have judgy eyes. Maybe she won't be as gentle. Maybe she'll see something that she's like, "Girl, we need to fix this." I don't know. Just one day in a house by myself. Ugh. Me too, Pam. Me too. I went to a nail doctor. I would never go to a male doctor. Just throw some glitter on it. Yeah, sure, you need to go. Well, my OB gives you the choice of paint. Nobody gave me a choice. They just said, "Okay, you are scheduled. We'll see you at 2:15. Bring your legs, bring them wide, and spread them high." No, nothing. Like, hey, we're going to be taking some snippets of... Jenny, you're going to med school, girl. You got to be up on your shit. Get in there and get your coochie checked. And this is the one thing I worry about. And this is why I've never had a male doctor. Males can't just look at a vagina and not get turned on. I don't believe it. I believe that every man who sees a vagina wants the vagina. Not all vaginas, but most of them. In my mind, I am convinced that male doctors cannot differentiate between patient and sexual object. I don't want any man looking at my vagina. I don't even want my husband looking at it, let alone a male doctor. I would never go in because I'm like, how is he looking at my vagina and not thinking, "Ooh, I want to tap that"? I mean, that's what I think. So I had a Pap smear training hospital and several students came in to watch. Yeah, that makes me weird. Like, fine. When I'm giving birth and you're already spread open and everybody's walking in and looking at you, "Oh, congratulations." "Hey there. Hi there. Hi there." How big does it look? I don't know. I've had 3 IUDs insertions without pain meds. I know. They don't offer now. You have to be a strong woman to take this procedure. I have a male OB, but he has blood cancer now, so I see the female OB nurse. Yeah, I don't want a male in my hoo-ha. I don't want a male. Hello? I don't want a male in my hoo-ha. Jen, spread your legs, girl. This is not right. Y'all, now my OB's young son joined the practice. Yeah. I just don't want, yeah. Mama? Daddy? Yeah, I can't. And here's a story. I'm going to tell you why I think this. Long time ago. I won't tell you why, but there was a resident at the time that we knew, and he was doing rotations. And, in the ER and all this stuff and different, and then he had to do an OB stint. And I heard conversations from this person that I probably shouldn't have heard, but I heard them, and I'm forever scarred. Yeah. He was a young doc going, on the verge of getting, and I thought, yeah, I bet you have a good looking woman in there, you know. I'm sure men are sexual beings, right? Men think sex all, like every, 2 seconds or something. And, Jen, anyhow, I don't know. Well, he didn't do it in front of me. It was the guys, but still, it's like, everybody has their stories. I'm sure if I was a nurse, let's be real. I might say something like this, like, say this. Like, I could see myself how I am today, and if I was a nurse or whatever, come on, this doesn't happen. Of course it happens. Like there's a hot young guy in there, and he's in and all that stuff. And, you go out and you're like, damn, this guy's a fine piece of ass, Did you check out his ass when he bent over, type of thing? I'm sure that shit. Did you see his penis? That was a sexy looking penis. Unprofessional, totally unprofessional. But, yeah, I think you have to, I think I would be that way. But nevertheless, that's why I never wanted a male doctor, because I did not want no. And I always think, well, why do they want to be? What male? Okay, thanks, Lise. I appreciate it. Yeah. What male thinks, ooh, I want to look at vaginas all day? Dan would. I know for a fact my husband would. I had a man one time when I was pregnant, and he came in and a woman assisted, then waited for the end of the appointment and came back in because he forgot to check something else. Stop it. Stop it right now. And it was a vaginal ultrasound. I can imagine. And that's and that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of us don't say things even when we're feeling a certain way. And that's why people get away with the shit they get away with today. There you have it. What about this? Do you think men get turned on by women's mouths? No, I don't. Maybe they could, but I don't think it's as abundant as a vagina. You tell me, as a man, Michael, that you don't think it possible that some of those doctors are reminiscing as they are touching themselves or, whatever, about maybe a beautiful woman and their vagina at the end of the day? Come on. Now, I have a cuckoo mind, and I know I wouldn't use it to, I don't like to touch myself without anybody there. I'm not one of those that goes in and can't wait to get the toy out by myself. I'm just not interested. I'd rather just sleep or eat or, talk to friends. But if I were that sexual, there may be possibilities that I would think those ways. And I think it's human nature. I think it's just human nature. I don't think every male doctor is that way. Absolutely not. But I do think some of them are like that. I think of Nick Bosa in the shower bending over. Sure do. Come on. I'm human. And I'm sure that some men, it pops up in their minds of, God, she was beautiful. And yes, wow, that was beautiful too. Some doing the surgery, I think, deal with the trauma. They say they have to, yeah, I do too. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a human. I have these thoughts. Everybody. Fuck, Tom. I don't know. But It is what it is, and maybe some dentists love mouths, you know? So, yeah, they might think about inserting. Now, you know, here's the thing. Some dentists have been caught giving too much laughing gas to their patients, and their patients waking up with weird substances coming out of their mouths. True stories. Come on, people. Same with OBs. You don't ever see a woman. That's not true. There has women have inappropriately touched men. But you would think they would like it. Just kidding. Just kidding. God. So I can tell you something. I would never. Just kidding. I can never. I like to look at vaginas. I think they're very interesting and very creative and very. Some of them are very. You know, like wow. Wow. You know, but shit. So I had a friend that was, I had a dentist rub his thing on my arm while in the chair. I got up and left. Like, sometimes it touches me, you know, because they're leaning over you doing weird shit, and I'm like, I don't want to feel the doctor's pee-pee. But like, if he's sitting there like this, yes, time to leave. Wow. I love looking at vaginas. I think they're very fascinating to me, and penises, for fuck's sake, you know. I just don't get, you know, why they look so unappealing to me. The both of them. I mean, I'd rather look at it. I don't know. I don't know what I'd rather have. Probably a penis at this point in my life, because being a woman sucks, right? I want it for annual with my regular some guy. Huge hands concealed and rescheduled. Nick Bosa. He doesn't have a vagina. Being a hitter, some men love to put their hands on their armrests and think you're not aware of what they're trying to do. Y'all, shit's freaking me out today. There is weird things happening. Any psychics out here? Do they feel weird shit? Real auras around me? Because shit is crazy right now. I don't know what's going on. My cats are going cuckoo. Tim and Tom are fucking blowing up my ass. Oh, rubbing way too much, yeah. I ran 4 miles. During construction, while trying to dilate, a guy came into my room and checked me and said wrong. Oh, Cindy! I said construction, but yeah. I like butts. I like butts and I cannot lie. Those other brothers can't deny. When a girl walks in with a itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. Anyhow, Drake's just said he liked butts. So, how many gummies have you had today? 0. Yeah, I don't do gummies until the afternoon. Yeah, so you guys have to be I mean, there's been weird shit with doctors, females both and male, and I don't know. I just think that I would never go into gynecology. But I had a friend. This is what I was going to say. Brain fart. But I had a friend who was a medical assistant, and she worked for an OB. And I was like, girl, we talked about vaginas all the time. A little pinch and a little poke. Oh my God, Maxwell, that's kind of weird. Just a little pinch and a little poke. Oh, shit, I think mine says that. But anyhow, I was like, girl. She goes, girl, you don't even know. I said, how do you sit there and look at vaginas all day? And she's like, let me tell you. So we had this like vagina monologue. So she was a soccer mom of mine, and we were soccer moms together by Michael. And she'd come in and tell me the vagina chronicles, you know, like, oh, girl, there was this one that came in, and let me tell you, sweet baby Jesus. I don't think it had been washed in 5 years. What? Like, what do you do at that point? I'd be like, can you come close? Closer. I mean, at that point, like, what do you do? She's like, girl, you got to play it off. And it's so bad. And we talk shit when you leave. I'm like, fuck. Move close. Because people have no shame. There's some nasty ass people that come in. H claimed he had an oral encounter when nurse thought he was unconscious. Stop it. She put hers on his or he on her? if Nick Bosa was my gynecologist, I don't think I would allow him to look and inspect. Because I'm not prideful. Like, you ain't seeing a 50-year-old hoo-ha that's had 3 kids. We got to turn the lights off for that shit. Well, and that's the thing. I was like, and she goes, girl, sometimes you have to like, trape through the jungle to get to where you need to be. And it's like moving parts and getting in the right location, and then you open it up and then the holy grail of smells comes out and you're like, holy Jesus. No. They spray it? Not mine. Oh my gosh, no. So this gyno that she worked for, my gyno is highly allergic to smells. Yeah, no, she told me all the smells and all the gagging moments. She's like, girl, I like almost upchucked, like literally while the doctor was doing the exam. It was so bad. Like, I don't even know, like, what do you do at the, excuse me? I don't do it. Can somebody help me with a fix? I can't. I mean, you have to play it off. Shit, I was shaving in labor at 8 centimeters dilated, no meds, and a water birth. The OB was like, are you sure you're in labor? What the hell? You were shaving? You're like, shit, this thing's coming out. I better get the razor to her so we can, get it all clean and proper, Can somebody get, I can't reach this backside. So I'm the same way. So I was like, I gotta wash my hair, gotta shave my legs. I gotta shave the coochie today. I gotta get it in between my ass cheeks because God forbid I have little errant hairs she sees when my ass is spread. Cause I mean, everything's there. You see everything. You see the anus, So I shave my pits, I spritz and I make sure my good underwear are on. Because you just don't, you get out of mirror, man, that's like you are in it, girl. I get out the mirror to make sure I have no strays. I don't want to see under there. So I ain't getting out of mirror. Yeah, but it was traumatic. It is traumatic. Y'all, do you see any hair? Oh my God. I even sometimes, I don't do it with my lady because she's allergic to scents. So she will send you away if you have too many smells on. But before I had her, I would even put like scented oil in my inner thigh because I was so fucking freaked out. Now, I'm not that crazy and get a mirror out. I do not want to see the backside of my fanny or the underside of my cooter. No. Nope. It's traumatic enough to see what it looks like just, front view in that Betsy mirror I have in there. Hey girl, how you doing today? Just dandy. My cousin is she will have gum or mint while. Yes. Because like sometimes you got gingivitis, right? Yeah, well, yeah, they're going in. And then now, right, you can't have a doctor just alone in the room with you anymore, even if it's female, right? So they all have people, and it's just weird, you're sitting on the table, legs are spread, everything's out for the world to see. I mean, you see everything. My tits are out because you're giving me a mammogram. I mean, a touchy-feely. You got my whole shit out, and you got this one, dental assistant. You got the dental. If you got the dental assistant in your room, there's a problem. But you got the whoever, medical assistant, just sitting there and, I'm looking at them, seeing what they're looking at. Because, like, are they zoning in on my hooter or cooter? I don't know. So evasive, and then everything. Like, if the day I see a medical assistant do something like this, girl, what you looking at? Back away. Back. Just for the dog. Anyway, I don't like the cooter being seen by other people. I get used to people, and I don't want switches. So I have this new OB. She's going to be new. It's like being with a new person for the first time, and she's going to be up in front of, how you doing? I'm fine. Like, and they talk to you, and they're looking at your vagina when you're spread eagle. It's like, can you look me in the eye? I feel weird that you're talking to her and not me. I mean, she is me, but I need you to look here because you're making me feel uncomfortable. Does she have eyes? Yes, and they turn the... Oh, they have the... Let me angle this light right. Squeak, 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 squeak. Ah, registered nurse here. It's amazing the smells everyone has. Yeah, I was like, bring them all in. If they want to see what it looks like after 3 kids, here it is. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy birthday. Yeah. Um, with the joke. So I don't know. I've never met this OB. I've never met her. So opening up with a joke, I typically make jokes with my other one because I'm always so uncomfortable with my legs open. It's not a comfortable thing. I mean, is anybody comfortable when they're spread eagle? You know, Drake. I mean, when you're bending over and the doctor says cough, are you just like, yeah, whatever, grab them and feel them, and did you feel anything while you were cupping? I don't know. It's just not something that I can never feel comfortable with. I'm always like, it's like Dan, even Dan, like the same way. He just wants to sit and he wants it just to be open and he wants us just to gawk and look at it because it's so pretty. It makes me nervous and uncomfortable. Like, are you trying to see deep into my soul? The heat on the lamp, yep. And then the cold fingers, and this will just hurt for a moment. And all the KY they put in there to get up there. Girl, I am already lubricated. You do not need to put additional lubrication in my cooter. And then the fucking shit drips out of your cooter all day long. You feel nasty. It's like, I am not dry yet. I know I'm close to menopause, but I'm not dry. I'm still the goopiest woman on the planet. I don't want it. Can I fucking, yeah, and then the cold clamp, and then it's like a, tire jack, Hold on. A little bit more, girl. You're almost there. All right, one more second. Oh, there we are. We got you. It's exactly where I can see everything, It's like they're dip diving in. Like, hello, let me see with the headlamp in there. Girl, I see everything looks fine in there. Yeah, we got a little droppage of the bladder. Yeah, your fallopian tubes look a little inflamed, but that's due to the hormonal imbalance you got. Yeah, I see a little drop in estrogen. Yeah. You may need a little bit more testosterone and progesterone in there. Yeah. Yeah, the hormones have changed your taste. Yeah, and the color and everything else. All right, girl. You good. You good. You good. Could you imagine? It'd be so much easier if they could just go in there and look. Can you see in there? Yeah, let me turn the headlight. Hey, honey, give me a... Hey, Sally, on the table, there's the extra large headlamp. Can you give me that? This little thing ain't cutting it up here. Sure, Doc. What you got here is a failure to communicate with your hormones and your womanly insides. Girl, we already know that. To get a colonoscopy biopsy. Ooh, that's up your anus. Yeah, that shit scares me. I just don't like little devices that pinch and poke. I'm not a pinch and poker. I don't openly take pinching and poking. Nope. Bend over, Drake. It's fine, Drake. They put you in a twilight. At least you get numb for that procedure. Not like we do. We just open up. We get jacked up. We get scraped. We get prodded. We get, feeling that feels fine. That feels fine. Shit. They sedate for the anal cavity. They just don't sedate for the vagina cavity. So, another reason why it sucks to be a female. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Mary. My male OB had to get into male shadowing my OB because the intern wouldn't sit still and was making me nervous. Oh my God. Yes, that's weird. And I just feel weird, because they sit kind of like off to the side like this, and they don't know what to do, right? Because they're not trying to make you. And then I'm on the table like this, looking at them. I wouldn't. And my mom always, I think you're over exaggerating. Coming from a woman, Donna, Donna V444 at TikTok. I think you're over exaggerating. Am I? Am I really over exaggerating a bit? Yes, I'm being humorous to it, but it's not that much of an exaggeration. And every woman that's here has agreed with me, except you, Donna. Have you never been? Girl, what you doing when you go in? Yeah, seems pretty realistic. Just a little sugar-coated for fun. And I think it still is uncomfortable. Yeah, Mary, I still want to see your picture. Mark, I'm busy. Fuck, this guy keeps calling me. Does he know I'm working? Shit. Anyhow. Well, it's accurate in my head. So, yeah, lighten up, Donna. Go get a pap. Go get a pap and a fucking endometrial fucking snip. And then come back and talk to me about my over-exaggeration. Okay, I gotta go. Mark keeps calling. Fuck. Shit. Anyhow. We are, yeah, Scooch. No, I hit the spot, Priscilla. I'm precision. Ready? So, my other OB knows I like to hit the spot on the first try. This one does not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be like, girl, that's how I'm going to break the ice today. Girl, I'm going in to hit the spot first time. That's what I'm going to say. Going in first time to hit the spot. Here I am. Am I on the spot? You better tell me yes. Scoot. I hate that. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. I feel like I want to put my legs around her neck at that point. Anywho. So here's the thing. Yeah, this is your reminder to get your yearly PAPs and your mammograms. And I know not everybody wants to do PAPs every year, but I like to go in. I don't trust what my body's going to do to me. I think it's going to betray me, so I'm in on it. Did you know you already had a PAP smear in the last year? Yes. Do you know that Kaiser recommends a PAP smear every 3 years? Yes. So with that knowledge, how do you want to proceed? An appointment, please. Okay. Yeah, I don't trust this shit. You know, our bodies be destroying us and defying us, and they betray us. So I'm on top of this shit. If you see something, get it out. You know, Cover it yearly? No, it pays yearly. I don't have to. Yeah, it should be done yearly. I agree, and I already have my mammogram scheduled for the year. Yes, in October. No, November. Yeah, November. I'm getting my little titties smashed. They've gotten bigger though, so I think I might not be so close to the. Hold on. How do you want my arm? Don't breathe. Yeah. I love that doctors do that regardless. But Kaiser, Northern California, Southern California. 3 years. Yeah, fuck you. A lot can happen in 3 years. No, thank you. Oh, shit. Anyway, I gotta go too because Ed's by himself. So, anywho. Tonight's supposed to be a live night. Stay tuned on that. Yeah, and that's what I'm wondering too, Vicky. But they have to start with the cancer screening first and then work their way down. I think I have endometriosis. I think I have endometriosis because my mom had it at 50, and I'm convinced that I'm going along the same lines as her, so whatever. Anywho, Dan's in the Bay Area all day, so I don't know, and depending on how I'm feeling, I don't know. Oh, I'm going to hold it. And I just hope I don't spontaneously kick, the doctor in the face. Sometimes it takes you, that pain kind of, makes you spontaneously kick or slap or something. So I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I don't know. I don't know how Dan's going to feel. I don't know how I'm going to feel. So if we don't come on tonight, you know why. I'm already telling you because I just said no. And Dan is just grumpy pants because he could very well be grumpy pants. You know what I mean? So I won't bite. I'm not a biter. It hurts my teeth to bite. I used to bite. I was a biter a long time ago. But I've realized that you can't just walk around biting people, especially doctors. It's not very it's frowned upon. So I've laid off the biting. Thank God. It took a while. I recovered quickly, but yeah. So anyhow, Good day. Good night. Have a pleasurable day. Be kind. Be kind. You know, be kind. Be kind. That's it. You are important. You are worthy. You are important. And your feelings are just that, yours. Remember that. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. There you have it. Love you.